Wednesday from the Redneck Garage. Well, it is hot out here, humid, and very, very bright. That's why I got my sunglasses on, because I couldn't see. But today we're going to start working on the front end of the Jeep. We're going to be trying to get it prepped for putting the motor back in. So we're going to take the wheel off, and we're going to start talking about doing some ball joints and front end repair while we got it apart. So let's get started on that. I got my 6-ton jack stand underneath it that I bought the other day, and got the other jack underneath just for the heck of it. But we're going to be taking off the wheel, and I already have the caliper off. So here's where you're going to need a few specialty tools to get this stupid thing off so we can service the whole front end. I've actually got some new hubs I bought on Amazon, and we're going to take our keeper out. All right. Alright, and here's where you're going to need a axle socket kit. I got this one on eBay a couple years ago. And here's where you're going to see the power of the Milwaukee impact, baby, if you had any doubts. We're going to take our Milwaukee impact and this axle bolt. We're going to see how long it takes it to zip it off of here. Oh my god, that's so cool. Okay, so you can tell that that wasn't even a stretch for it. We're going to take our bolt off, nut off. Now we've already got all the caliper, the brake lines. I got new brake lines. Everything is just gone. This is going to be replaced with stainless steel, and it should be here tomorrow. The stainless steel brake lines. So that's super cool. But we're working on the front end right now. All right, now we got to take off our bolts on the back of this, and then we'll be able to remove it. All right, just a few minutes in, now I'm already running into a problem. This is a 13 millimeter. That one I sandblasted. You can see that's your hub bolts, your knuckle bolts, whichever one you want to call it. They're rusty, and this one's rusted enough where the socket is just spinning. And this is a 1/2 inch, and it's smaller than a 13 millimeter, which is really what it's supposed to be. So I'm having an issue with these stupid things. Here's a test of the Milwaukee impact, right? Got this completely rusted bolt right here. Yeah, we're going to see if it'll spin off or not. There's smoke coming out. Holy crap. Alright. Super. Well, we got new tie rod ends and everything else, so I'm just going to beat the crap out of this, see if I can get it to come out. There we go. Which allows me to turn my hub. Which allows me to turn my hub to where I need it to be to get a little bit better angle on that bolt. Okay, I just took a 3/8 1/2 inch 6-point socket. Just hammered the crap out of it on that bolt. And we're going to see if that's going to get it off. It destroyed the socket, I'm sure, and the bolt is going to be gone, but I needed to replace that one anyway. So we're going to see if it comes off. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I got this third and last bolt off, which, awesome. Sacrifice the socket, and I'm going to have to get another bolt. At some point these were off because it's got anti-seize lubricant on it, which is pretty cool. They weren't seized up like sometimes they are, but the heads were just so rusted off I couldn't get them off. So take that off real quick. Now a lot of times your hub is just kind of fused on, but this one I can feel is kind of loose, so I'm just going to wiggle it around, and yeah, she came right off, and I can see anti-seize compound right here. I can see anti-seize on the inside there on the hub, which caused it to not get stuck on there. Backing plate needs to be sandblasted, what's left of it. And there's our knuckle, and I can also tell that the U-joints in this are shot. And this is your axle. On the axle, I'm going to have to be replacing these U-joints on there. It looks terrible. But now we're down to our hub, and we can start putting in ball joints once we get everything cleaned up. Alright, so I got the bottom bolt off, right down here on the knuckle, and I've about got the top one off, so I'm just finishing that up. Now, both of the cotter keys are rusted so far that I just basically bent them off and then just forced it out. And they're going to be replaced because you got new ball joints going in, so it really doesn't matter. So once you get this nut off, which we're about to have, okay, here's your top nut. Then let's go ahead and persuade it a little bit and see if she starts moving at all. Probably gonna have to use a pickle fork in there. And I can tell you a lot of this crap is because of the rust on here. It causes it to be really seized up. Makes me think these probably haven't been changed any times recently. And that would be it. That was pretty dramatic there, I would say. Awesome. Flew right off. That thing was freaking stuck on there, but now we got our two ball joints. And what I remember from the YJ is that I had to buy a special adapter set to get some different fittings to be able to get the ball joints off. It wasn't, I had to get more than just like your AutoZone rental kit, which is what this basically is right here. So I bought one of these, and I bought one of these on Amazon, but this is an adapter kit that goes with this. So I'm going to get it set up here to press this ball joint out, and we're going to see how easy it is to get these out, because you know how hard it was to get the knuckle off. Then I don't got a lot of faith that that's going to be easy either, but we'll give her a shot. If you look at your ball joint, you can see that it's pressed from the top down into the hole on that one. I think on both of them. I think both of them are pressed down. But it's got to come up, so you've got to use this adapter, right? You see where that goes all the way over the ball joint, right? And then that, and then your C-clamp on it. So let's get that set up, and I'll show you how it comes out. Okay, so we got our C-clamp set up, and you can see that as we put pressure on this, it should press down. This should push up, and it should come up inside this cup if it indeed is going to loosen up. So we'll get our impact on it, and we'll see what happens. I guarantee it's out there. There we go. There's the top one out. Nasty. All right, now we're going to work on the bottom one. There we go. Came out. Little heat, little persuasion. So we got down to our bare knuckle, got our old ball joints out, which are warm. So that's cool. And now I've got a lot of cleaning to do and some parts ordering. I got to order U-joints and some bolts to go on the back side of this stupid thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll go along. That's interesting that someone had used anti-seize on it. You can see it on the bolt right there. The anti-seize silver. So it was anti-seized on there, but the bolts were so rusty that the heads were just gone on 2 of them. And then this has seen better days. I don't know if I'm going to reuse it or not. It looks pretty rusted out. Now I've got new hubs already. Already bought those to put on it, and I've already got the ball joints. So the next video is going to be the installation of all the new parts, and I'm going to go ahead and order. Those look pretty dang floppy. I can see that if you look closely when you're examining your U-joints that it's got a big flop in it right there where those U-joints are not tight. So that's bad. We're going to have to replace those U-joints, which I'm extremely excited about. All right, one afternoon's work. We got the ball joints out, got the front end all apart on this side, and it's ready to be cleaned up. Get ready for some chassis saver paint. All right, so we got everything apart, man. That's stinking cool. If you ever do a bunch of work on the ball joints or front end and those components on a Jeep, you'll realize what frustration is. A lot of times they're just seized on, fused on, everything else, and you just have to persevere, man. I will say that the Milwaukee Impact was flawless. This thing put a ton of torque, and I took the whole front end apart with it, and it didn't really miss a beat. So that's really cool. If you wanted to see where I bought it, I got it on Amazon. Go to the end of this video where it says Redneck Garage Products. It'll take you to the page where all the stuff we use here. And if you look at this link here, that'll take you to the same place. Super cool. And I'm going to get on the internet and start ordering some piece parts so we can get this stinking thing back together. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.